I think that that's a spectacular outburst of protest against government policies. In particular, these government policies that aim to reorganize the Turkish public sphere. This means that a lot of Turkish citizens felt that policies of the government that were aimed into establishing a more conservative, Islamic-oriented Turkish public sphere were posing a significant threat for their human rights. And they chose to pick the cause of the Gezi Park, the feared destruction of one of the very few remaining parks in the heart of Istanbul, and its transformation into a shopping mall. They found this cause as a rallying point in order to address their grievances against the government of the Justice and Development Party. That's a very, very interesting development because we haven't seen such demonstrations of this size for many, many years in Turkey.
Dr. Grigoriadis, there are some scholars and journalists suggesting that these incidents will damage the image of Prime Minister Erdogan. Would you agree with this view, or do you think the Prime Minister will be able to overcome the problem?
Well, it is a sort of big surprise for me and for many who follow Turkish politics to see how the Turkish Prime Minister has failed to follow the track of developments as far as these Taksim riots, these Gezi protests are concerned. The Turkish Prime Minister used to be considered a master of addressing issues to the public opinion, communicating key political questions to public opinion, and gaining big public support. However, he has been accused in recent months and recent weeks of developing a sort of very arrogant and authoritarian leaning attitude towards a number of key symbolic issues in Turkish politics. And I refer, for example, to the law on the limitation of alcohol consumption. I can refer to a number of major projects that are threatening the Istanbul environment, like a new airport project, the third bridge project, the new bridge on the Golden Horn. Of course, one needs to grant him the fact that he has put enormous efforts into the resolution of the Kurdish issue, and that's very, very important. But on the other hand, while he's trying to unite the Turkish people by solving the Kurdish question, he appears to be divisive on two issues. On the one hand, when he kind of tries to capitalize on the division between the secularists and the conservative Muslim element of Turkish society, arguing that demonstrators, for example, may be many, but our supporters are more. He doesn't seem to be appearing as a sort of Prime Minister of all Turks, regardless of their religious or social orientations. The second very important issue, I think, is the Alevi question. The AKP government used to put significant efforts into a new approach of the Alevi question, but this appears to have sort of lapsed in recent weeks. And a very sort of alarming signal was given when the new bridge to be built on the Bosphorus, the third bridge, was decided to be named after Selim I. Selim I is one of the sultans remembered, of course, for his conquest of the Middle East, but he's also remembered for being a sort of the biggest enemy and the sort of the nemesis of the Alevi population. Alevi suffered a lot under Selim during the Ottoman-Iranian wars. So naming a bridge so important after him appears to be a sort of insult for the Alevi population of the country. That's something that could have been avoided. Turkey or Ottoman history provides many poets or sort of other sultans that are not as divisive as Selim, and they could be sort of candidates to name this bridge, but the government chose otherwise.
Dr. Grigoriadis, thank you very much for offering us insights on current developments in Turkey.
You're most welcome.